It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show, brought to you daily here on the OpenMic Broadcast Network. Our social media handles for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are all at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is OpenMic Broadcast Network. Our website is obnradio.com, and our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we're going to jump right into today's episode. Well, top of the day to you. Hopefully you're off to a great start. Want to thank you guys so much for all the feedback on the last couple of interviews we had, Mr. Ray Katz, and then followed up by Dr. Tim Sams. You guys are very appreciative of the information that we're trying to share and shed on the rest of our listening community. It's part of what we call responsible journalism. And with responsible journalism comes challenging questions sometimes. Sometimes people would have a tendency to think that you're nitpicking, but you're not. You're actually trying to do all you can while you can for the betterment of your listening audience, your beloved institutions and their conferences they're connected to, and just overall quality, productive broadcasting. And unfortunately, a lot of people think that productive broadcasting is only that of the good reports, but productive broadcasting is being fair across the board with the good, the bad, and the ugly. We don't want to just show up when it's bad. We want to show up while it's going good. And I believe we consistently do that. Now, we have sense enough to realize that everyone's not going to be pleased with what you have to say and how you say what you say. That's part of what makes this country as great as it is. So with that being said, again, we want to thank you all so much for your continued support of this network. If you're a listening partner, a go-to crew member, an avid listener, you are truly, truly appreciated, and we thank you very, very much. But I do need to share this with you. We need your support financially. We need to be able to continue to push toward excellence. And we can help achieve those goals by you becoming a listening partner or part of the go-to crew. Visit the website at obnradio.com. Click on the PayPal button. Make your donation today. Well, as we mentioned, we had a lot to cover. Thanks to Dr. Tim Sams. Answered a lot of questions. Some questions we still have to be answered. But Rome was not built in a day, right? But at least we're off to the right start and the breakdown. And if you heard Dr. Sams clearly, there's going to be 3 steps to this athletic director search process. Step number 1, you'll have a search committee that has already been assembled. Step number 2, there will be a search firm to help gather in the most qualified applicants. And step number 3 will be the stamp of approval by Dr. Ruth Simmons. Now, with this process being established, there are a couple of questions that are floating. A, can you trust the process? B, what percentage of influence will the process actually have? And then C, is there someone already in mind and we just happen to be going through the protocol to get it done? Because that's what the quote unquote big boys do. They already know who they want, and they know before they send their groups out for the search. Sometimes it takes a matter of 6 days, and they have a replacement already in. We still have to identify a search firm, and then, according to the reports of Dr. Sams, maybe 15 weeks after that has been established. He did want to emphasize that they want to make sure they take their time and get this one done right. So, if the search firm offers these certain candidates, the search committee sorts through them and they make their recommendation based on what was provided to them, both from the search firm and those that have been submitted. Would that be enough for Dr. Simmons to say, okay, great selection, we'll pick candidate A? Or once you look through these, none of these are suitable, let's put this person in. Those are still some intriguing factors to be weighed out. We do understand that it is a position of great importance, a position that really and truly will set the tone of your athletic department, and not just for the next year or two, but for possibly the next 5 to 10 years, as far as getting the message and the vision moving in one direction when it comes to Prairie View athletics. Meanwhile, Arkansas Pine Bluff has made their announcement with Chris Peterson becoming the next athletic director at Arkansas Pine Bluff. It does come with some would call a bit of controversy. Chris Peterson is a non-African American who will be leading the athletic department of a historically black institution. According to reports, Chancellor Alexander commented on the hire of the former Little Rock AD Peterson, and I will quote you the following. We were looking for someone who could be the total package of an athletic director. One who could bring the academic aspect, the compliance aspect, the management of coaches, and of individual sports. We wanted somebody who could be a fundraiser, who could build community relationships and community partnerships, and really, really work on our relationship with our alumni, unquote. Here's my question. If I'm looking for the best person to fill my role of leadership, in this case of athletic director, if I've exhausted every avenue, does it necessarily mean that because I'm at an HBCU institution, that my leadership of administration must be African American descent? And to add one more caveat to that, an actual graduate of the said institution that has the opening. That's the question of the day. Is there a right or wrong answer? I could honestly say, I don't think so, if I'm looking for the best qualified person. But I do know the nature of people. And people will have a tendency to focus on certain things and areas that could be a factor, but is it the final factor? When we're speaking in the role of athletic director, we heard the breakdown by Dr. Sams, we heard the breakdown by Chancellor Alexander from Pine Bluff on the ideal individual who should be in that position. I know that we want someone who can connect with us, someone who could understand us, but with that connection and that understanding, they need to also be able to fundraise. They need to be able to connect with the community. And when I say community on behalf of the Prairie View side, I'm not talking about Cypress and Houston. I'm talking about Waller County, Grimes County, Washington County, Austin County, Fort Bend County, Montgomery County. Understanding the dynamics that could increase on the fan base of Prairie View A&M University. As far as Mike Prince is concerned, I want the best person in that position. And let me be clear on this. The best person might not be the most popular person, but it's the best person to resurrect the athletic department. And when I say resurrect the athletic department, I'm not talking about just in one area. I'm talking about the total aspect, the game day experience, the fundraising ability, the community outreach, not community photo ops, but community outreach, real grassroots community outreach, the impact, the involvement, the engagement of the entire athletic department as a result to the community. Because research proves time after time that the quickest way to community healing is through athletics. Doesn't matter about your political stance. It doesn't matter about your social stance. It doesn't matter about your ethnicity. When it comes to athletics, it comes down to wins, losses, fundraising, outreach. And that is what we should be focused on. Now, if you have a particular person that you feel should be the one for the position, and that person does not make the cut, if you allow me to put it in that manner, that's not a time for us to go and create many wars against whoever that person ends up being. If we are going to be in good standing and support of our beloved university, in this case Prairie View A&M University, whether the person you're riding with is selected or not, let's support the leadership. Let's support the individual who ends up in that position. Because we have a tendency to feel like someone won or lost if our person does not get in that position. And let's hope that whoever gets in that position understands the totality of the dynamics of why they've placed in that position. And that they become a leader amongst leaders and not a leader amongst cliques. Not a leader that's going to be looking out for hooking up their homeboys and their friends, but someone that's going to be looking out for the vested interests of the university and of the community in which it resides. And my hopes, visions, and prayers are in line that, as Dr. Sams quoted on yesterday's show, they get it right. I would love to hear from you. We got a lot more coming down the road. Baseball season getting closer and closer. The athletic director search is in full throttle. And I promise we're going to keep you updated as often as we can. Drop us a line on the message line, 713-570-6736. I am going to exit stage left for right now. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Remember to share with someone. Let them know what's going on. We come to you each and every day right here at the OpenMic Broadcast Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the OpenMic Broadcast Network and never miss what's going on. My time is far spent and I've got to go. But until the next time, you guys be blessed and we'll see you on the other side.